Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Josh. Welcome to my channel, Urban Armed. If this is your first time, if not, and you're a subscriber or you've seen my videos before, welcome back. Thanks for checking out my video. I'm standing I set the camera up. It's gonna pull the truck out, and it's really windy, so I'm trying to stand out of the wind. Hopefully it doesn't get into the microphone, so I apologize if it does. I'll try to edit that audio if necessary. Point of this video is me talking about rooftop tents. My experience for the last almost 4 years with my soft shell CVT Mt. Shasta Stargazer, I think, extended. They have a lot of weird names: Pioneer, Stargazer, Extended. They all seem to kind of come up with my tent. And then on the Tacoma right now, I've got the iKamper Skycamp Mini, and I'm going to be setting them up out here in my driveway, and we're going to go over some of the things that I like and don't like about the soft shell, what I like about the hard shell, and just take the time to get all of this content together to hopefully help anyone who's in the market for a rooftop tent or looking at switching from one to the other. Maybe this will help you with that decision. And if not, maybe you just kind of like overland gear and just like gearing out. I will be selling my Land Cruiser and the CVT tent together or separate. So if you are in the Mountain West, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico area, you are interested, let me know, because I will be listing it for sale. That's also why I want to try to get this done, so while I have the gear, I can make this video and kind of go through my experiences with using it and what I like and don't like. So let's get started. Well, at some point there, my microphone died setting it up, and I was just talking through setting it up. So I'm going to talk through it so I can overlay that where my mic cut out. This particular tent, because it's a soft cover tent, you have this vinyl cover. I don't know if it's vinyl. It's kind of a rubberized vinyl that goes over the top, and it does keep it waterproof. It does keep the dust out. It does a good job at keeping the dirt out. So you have to remove that, and then you can extend the tent out. And this one's a pretty good sized tent. This one's, I think, 56 inches wide by 96 inches long. The iKamper is about 5 inches narrower, and I do notice the difference, and it is an iKamper Skycamp Mini, so it is a smaller tent. I really like the size of this tent, and it's incredibly comfortable. I came with it. It still has the original 3-inch mattress, and actually I sleep really well in both tents, but I've always got a good night's sleep in here. The thing of it is that it is very cumbersome to set up and tear down. It's a pretty big task. So if you're wanting to venture out, and you set up and you're breaking down, it's a good 15-20 minutes easy to kind of get everything. The setup time is a lot faster, obviously, but the teardown time, by the time you get the mattress folded over, you take all your poles out for your rods holding up your rain fly around, the little overhangs, you get the stretch bar out, put everything in, close it. The biggest pain in the butt with these tents is the cover. You gotta pull the cover over and cinch it down, and there's a lot of fabric on these tents. So you're spending at least 5 minutes or so just shoving fabric kind of under, pulling the cover down, and then you're trying to get that zipper all around, but you don't want to pull too hard because it will break. I have broken one. CVT was cool. They actually just shipped me a whole nother cover with a new zipper on it. So their customer service is really good, and the tent's really good. And when I bought this, there weren't really many hard tent options out. There was a few, the ones that pop straight up, but I wanted something that was a little bit longer because I'm putting it on a short bed Tacoma. So I wanted something longer that could fold out this way, as opposed to having a really long roof to put a long tent on that would pop straight up and get that length. So that's kind of what you get with a rooftop tent. It's a small package in a square because it folds out, and then you get all that extra length. So whatever the width is, that's going to be the constant, and then you're going to double your square footage, your sleeping space, twice whatever that dimension is. So It's a really cool concept, and I love these things. But I wanted to be more nimble, and I wanted a faster teardown and setup time, especially if you're coming in late on a campsite, you know, you're on a 4 or 5 day trip or week-long trip, and you're packing up in the morning after coffee and breakfast, and you're going out onto the next spot. This just became a lot of work. So the benefit is that it is bigger. It is a little bit more comfortable. You can leave more bedding inside, but the tear down really sucks a lot. So let's go ahead and set up the iKamper, and we'll kind of talk about some of the differences. Okay, as you can see, because there's no soft cover, all I did was unlock the 2 latches, and it has the hard shell cover. And just to get to this point over here, took at least like 5-7 minutes. So once you have it open, just kind of slide the mattress over. Sorry. And then I keep the poles just inside the tent, and I really only use the poles on the front and the side to open up to get some nice ventilation. Actually, I like to use the grommet. I feel like it's a little bit stronger. So at this point, this tent's pretty much set up. Now, yeah, I could take an extra 30 seconds and put the rods in for the two windows. On this front window, I can only get the front rod in because the other rod would hit the cab of the truck. So there you go. You saw how easy it was to set up, and it's equally easy to take down. Now, you know, to the CVT's defense, it's much higher in the air, and I had to use the ladder and get up, and it's a giant pain in the butt. But it's a lot more work. It is more space. It is much bigger inside. So let's go ahead and take a quick look inside this tent as well. Okay, switching to GoPro. I did install the stretcher bar, which is at the top, and it just pops in on each side and then twists to tighten. And that just gives the roof some more stability, makes it more rigid, and closes the gap up in that little section right there with the rain fly. So, okay. All right, so we're coming into the CVT tent. A lot of space in here. I do give up about 5 inches in width. And it makes a difference if you are 2 plus another person, a kid, or 2 plus a dog, or 2 dogs. It can make quite a difference comfort wise, but I'll go ahead and take a look at the iKamper. And the nice thing is you do have a little bit of this insulation at the headboard, and that being that this is a hard shell, you could put that facing towards the wind, and you have a little less hardware in here. You have one pole here, it's going up and around. You've got the pistons in the back that actually assist you in opening the tent. It is smaller. It's definitely, no doubt, that it's smaller space, especially width-wise. Yeah, so my main objective for making this video was to just set these up so you could see them, and I could just kind of talk about why I like the new styles of the hard shell tents that are the fold out kind rather than the straight pop-up kind. Why I like those and prefer those now over this. When I first bought this, there weren't a lot of hard shell options out. That I don't even know if there was any out that were folding yet. iKamper, I think, was one of the first on the market a couple years ago with doing it. I mean, there's always been other ones that popped straight up. I don't know. There probably might have been, but there just wasn't as many options back then, back in 2018, 2019. And now there seems like there's dozens of companies making all different styles and different materials, whether it's soft or hard or hybrid. And I think there's still a lot of application for this style of tent, especially if it's sitting lower where it's easier to be on the ground and working with everything. This tent on something this high is just a really bad configuration. When I close the tent later, I'm gonna have to get the ladder because I can't get up high enough to flip this bottom back up over with the ladder. I'm gonna need to be higher up in the air. So if you're running an SUV, 4Runner, Land Cruiser, a GX, of any kind, and you're gonna put it on the roof, I think that the lighter approach is gonna be better. Something that's not just lighter, I keep saying lighter, but what I really mean is something that has less material and isn't as heavy to flip over. If it's gonna be lower, something like this would be fine, like on the bed of a truck. I think that this could be a good option. If you're looking for something that's even faster, I would be looking at something like the iKamper. So the one I have on the Tacoma over here is the mini version. They have a bigger version, which would be more like about the same size as this guy, which is a 2+, maybe 3-person, 2 plus a dog kind of a setup. The one I have, I'm sacrificing some width, about 5 to 6 inches or so of width, but it's worth it for me to have that lighter, smaller package, especially on the trail, and just when I take it off, put it on and take it off myself, it's really easy to manage. I personally like it, but it's not for everybody, and it's also considerably more expensive than even the CVT tent. So that's going to be like north of $3,000, closer to $3,200, $3,400. This is going to be in the $2,000 to $2,500 range. It really depends on what accessories you get, whether you're getting the zip-on annex, the rubber floor, different rain flies. When you start putting lights in it, stuff like that. This one actually came with a built-in light and 2 USBs within the bar. That's a nice feature. This one over here, the iKamper, actually had to pay extra to have some lighting. I had to pay extra for the lighting and then put it in the tent. So, if cost is a major thing and you like the soft tent, I would even consider the Smitty builds. They're running around $1,000 to $1,200 or $1,300, depending upon where you find it in stock. And then there's ground tents, of course, which I haven't talked about too much, and I'll probably do another video on that because I think that deserves its own video. I use the Gazelle tents for supplement and for my office when I'm working from a campsite, and I think that there's a lot of value in looking at those and considering those as well for your primary tent, because they have a lot of advantages as well. So I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all solution. I don't think there's one thing that's better for everyone. It's whatever is going to work out best for your situation, how many people you have and animals. So these are big investments though, so you really want to do your research, and I just kind of wanted to talk about why I decided to switch. So now that I have been playing around with this on the Land Cruiser, I'm actually going to be taking it off and selling it because I just don't need it anymore. And I'm going to be selling the Land Cruiser as well because I have other plans for other things that I want to do, which I'll talk about later if I actually do them. Otherwise, it's just talk. So the Land Cruiser will be going up for sale. The tent will be going up for sale. If you're in the area, if you're in Colorado, you're interested, let me know. But I'm also interested in hearing your comments about what you find most important to you when you're for your sleep system, and what your thoughts are about this style versus the hard shell, because that's how I get ideas, is by listening to other people, watching their videos, and kind of okay, going through these different scenarios, and then you eventually make your decision. So hopefully you found some of this helpful and entertaining, if nothing else. So if you have any questions, post them in the comments, hit me up on Instagram, and hit me up, ask me there. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Hopefully we get on the trail before the snow comes. It's just about mid-October here in Colorado. So until next time, I will talk to you guys later.
Adios, mofo.